We are now broadcasting. This is exciting. We'll wait until 11 on the dot. Hello, everyone. If anyone's already joining us, we're very excited to be here. We're going to wait a couple of minutes to folks to start arriving and getting here. But we're so excited to have you all here at our webinar. I'm gonna check, where do we see people around? There we go. We have 6 people already here. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here. Let's start at 11:01 just to give more people a chance to join. Perfect. Welcome, everyone. Share my screen so we're ready to go. Fantastic. While we wait 1 minute, I wanted to go through some housekeeping items. I want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to ask questions. So you will see that if you hover on your screen, at the bottom, you're going to have some icons that let you share your screen if you will, but it'll let you ask questions. There's a chat and there's an asking questions part. So make sure you use them. You can write down your questions at any time, and we may answer some live, we may answer some at the end, but just make sure that you're writing down all of your questions so we can get them answered by the end. All right, let's get started. Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Natalia Carrasco. I'm the Director of our Business Advising here at PCV. Let me put this in presentation mode. That's nice and big. Great. I lead our business advising team, and we work together with the research and consulting team here at PCV and with the lending program to make sure we're providing the best tools and support to small business owners across the country. So I wanted to start today by saying thank you. Thank you for stepping up. You're a great person if you're here. It means that you care about our community, you care about small businesses, and you care about the impact that those businesses can have on our community. So thank you so much for stepping up and for everything you do. If you've been an advisor for a long time, or if you're just signing up now, we're very, very thankful for you. And we're very, very thankful that you're taking up this extra step to step it up even further and be part of this new cohort of business advisors, quality jobs business advisors. So before we start, we're going to go over what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk a little bit about what is job quality and what is our approach here at PCV. We're going to talk about the toolkit that we put together called Good Jobs, Good Business. We're going to go over our new website and the platform we built there. This is very exciting for us. We just launched it. And then we're going to talk about where you come in. We're putting together our very first cohort of quality job advisors. And we're going to talk about how the business advising program works with them. And then we're going to talk about how the first cohort is going to be part of our JPMorgan Chase partnership and our Entrepreneurs of Color Fund project. And then finally, we're going to talk about how that works in a day-to-day basis and how this program is going to apply to you. All right. So let's talk about why our job quality in small business is important. Unemployment has dropped below 4% in the United States, very exciting, but half of these jobs are low-wage jobs that offer very little opportunity for advancement. So that doesn't really have the impact that we wish it had in our community. The US has approximately 5.6 million small business owners that employ 32.5 million employees. So everything that pertains to them has a huge impact in our country. However, the quality of those jobs that small business provide affect everyone, but they haven't been the best quality. So we need to provide diverse business owners the opportunity and the tools, the resources, the incentives, so they can create quality jobs, because more often than not, they want to provide the best jobs for the employee, but think that it's out of their hands. And that's the opportunity that we saw. We think we want to make it easier for people to improve the quality of their jobs. That's where we come in. We have this integrated model where we're helping strengthen small businesses And we do it in 3 different ways. We have our California Quality Jobs Loan and Advice Fund, where we give lending for loans and advising and incentives to small businesses here in California. And then we have businessadvising.org, the platform that we run, that is national, where we pair thousands of small business owners, regardless if they're part of our borrowing program or not, with pro bono business advisors that help them with their business challenge. That's all of you. And finally, we have our impact consulting team that they create impact measurement, management, and research tools, very field building, that then guide the rest of the work that we do, both at the lending side and on the business advising side. So we talk a lot about what is a quality job this, quality job that. But what really does make it a quality job? Our team at the Impact Consulting team put a lot of thought into this and have put together a framework to define what constitutes a quality job. And this is what they came up with. They identify 5 main core areas and attributes within area that define what a quality job could be. So if you have in your company business, in your business attributes that go into any of this, that could add up to what we would define as a quality job. The first one is very obvious: living wage. Are we paying a living wage to our employees? Then we have into basic benefits, provides a minimum 2 weeks paid leave, and one of these other 2, employer subsidized health insurance or retiring savings plan. The third one is career building opportunities. Do people have the opportunities to advance? So we want to see at least one of these 3 options provides an average of 12 hours. And by the way, I know this is a lot of text. We're going to be sharing the presentation with you so you have it. And also these are tools that you're going to have access to as part of this quality jobs cohort. Spoiler alert, we're going to provide you a bunch of tools. And then there's the wealth building opportunities. Whether they're giving the payments through direct deposits, or the employer making contributions to retirement plans, or are offering an ownership stake or profit sharing program. So you'll see some of these categories are one of these 3. The other ones you have to pay people direct deposit, and any of the other ones. And the last one is a fair and engaging workplace. This is where employee engagement comes in. And this is where there are so many ways to do this. So we provided 4 options here. Employees are provided schedules at least 2 weeks in advance so they can plan their lives, or employees undergo annual performance or solicit feedback. So as you can see, we've come up with a comprehensive definition that has a lot of tangible steps that many of them don't cost any money. So we want to provide businesses tools so they could get started getting into quality jobs tomorrow if they would. So now let's talk about the toolkit. We did a bunch of research on a theoretical way, and then we put together this definition. And we started with this study from the thanks to the funding from this Reimagined Retail program, and we were thinking big picture: how do we enhance job quality? And then we realized that small business owners have very limited time and resources. So then this tools we provided had to be very specific and very tangible and process oriented. So we put together this this toolkit that included ways so they could get started right away. And then we added this third component of providing PCV business advisors as an additional layer of support, and sometimes even accountability. Say, hey, how does it go with this? And then at the end, you know, we're trying to show small businesses that providing a good job is not just the nice and good thing to do for their employees, but also is great for their bottom line. For example, if you lose an employee because they can't plan their lives because they don't have 2 weeks scheduling, you have to train someone over, and that has higher costs than implementing any of this of these practices. So we made a study, we did the research, and realized that it's also great for the bottom line. So we put together this toolkit to say, to show all of this, and did a bunch of research and extensive interviews, and we structured the toolkit around 6 themes. You're going to recognize that from a definition of quality jobs: employee compensation, health benefits, retirement and benefits and other wealth building strategies, scheduling, vacation and paid leave, hiring, training, and overall professional development, and finally, employee engagement. So we realized we put together specific how-to guides to implement these strategies. We also put together case studies. So instead of saying, theoretically, you should this, you can tell you this business that does this, that is in this way. And then tools and benchmark and some data to accompany all of that. So it all resulted in this great document, this Good Jobs, Good Business document. It was many pages, it was a PDF, very comprehensive, had all the case studies. But then we realized that it wasn't the most interactive, easy to use approach. So we were finally very excited to be able to put all of it into an interactive website. That is our Good Jobs, Good Business website. So that's what we're going to look at now. We just launched it at the end of October. We're very excited about it, and I'm very excited to show it to you today. Okay, here we go. This is our website. You can, oh, no, this is not, this is our website. Sorry, let me go. Here it is, ready to go. You can always go bookmark this, goodjobs.pacificcommunityventures.org. Or you can always go to our website and navigate from there. So when you land on the website, you'll see that we have the 6 main areas that we discussed a minute ago: employee compensation, scheduling and pay leave, and so on. So when you hover on each one of them, you'll be able to see that we'll have an overview. We're going to have the business case, why this is good for your business, how to get started tomorrow, if you will, what are some tangible steps you can take to get there, what are some other options if you can't do those specific steps, and then additional resources. So let's use an example. Let's take, for example, employee engagement. I click on the business case, and it'll tell you what is the impact on your bottom line. So we'll specifically reduce turnover. It was the example I was telling you about. Or you can learn and have specific information, data. You can see that, you know, replacing an employee that works retail at $10 per hour will cost you approximately $3,300. $3,300, yeah, over $3,000. So that does definitely affect on your bottom line. So you see the data, you see all the cases, all the research that we've done, and then so we can say, okay, I'm sold. This is good for my bottom line. Now what do I do? So how to get started? Click here, and we'll tell you specific steps. Employee achievement, we tell you specific five ways to engage your employee, and so on. And then we tell you a specific story that may sparkle some ideas, trigger some ideas in your mind. So for example, we love this case study from Butter Bakery. This is Jen Musty. She has this bakery in San Francisco. If you're local, you have to try it. Very delicious. She was paired with an advisor called Anne-Claire Broughton, and they put together a bunch of different initiatives to increase employee engagement. For example, they started implementing an Instagram training tool that creatively solve for product quality, efficiency, and employee engagement challenges, and met their employees where they are. They love social media, they're all on their phones. All of a sudden, they were very, very engaged in all of this training. They ran a successful mini game to improve retail sales, and ultimately had retail sales of $22,000 in 1 month, over comparing that same month to the previous year. So this type of mini games had very tangible results, and they were not an accident. They were not just something they were trying. It was part of a very intentional effort guided by the toolkit. And it was something that Jen and her advisor ideated together. So as you can see here, a bunch of resources. You can say, You can see more examples by industry. You can say, okay, I'm a restaurant, how do I do it? I'm in healthcare, how do I do it? You can tell you more stories, and then you can use this to explore and to put together a specific plan. So as you can see, the 6 versions are always here. You can print this, you can email it. So if you're working with a business as an advisor, you can email them specific sections. Hey, did you figure this out? And then one thing that we wanted to highlight here is that when you click on if you're not sure where to start, you can click here and say, what am I interested in? How to get started here, just as a highlight, FYI, in each section, is more of a how do I get started implementing this. So this is very useful. That's the most practical side of the toolkit. Yeah, so as you can see, you can have some ideas here, like, I'm not sure, just guide me. So you can use this, finding the right people, for example, then it will tell you, oh, this hiring and professional development, and so on. So this is our website. We're very excited and cannot wait to see you use it. Okay, now let's go back to our regular programming. So now we're going to talk about quality job advisors. This is where you come in. We've identified that this makes all of the difference. While we have put together a bunch of great resources, business owners are very busy doing what they do best, running their businesses, making amazing food, providing excellent service to their clients, and many times initiatives like this can take a second place to everything else they're doing. So having an advisor makes an incredible difference, especially when implementing specific projects like this. So we're so excited that you're here to help us help these businesses implement these toolkits. So we see the role that you would have in 3 main ways. The expectations are we are hoping that you can devote at least 3 to 5 hours a month on this. Again, this is the most high ROI type of volunteering you can do, because yes, it's 3 to 5 hours, but you do them from your desk, from whatever works best for you. You don't have to travel anywhere. So and you have a really, really high impact, not just on one person, but in everyone that they employ. So this is going to be a little bit more structured than your regular business advising engagement, in that in this 3 to 5 hours, we want you to help them mainly with 3 things. 1, help them put together a plan on how to implement this toolkit, maybe pick one of the 6 areas to focus on, talk this through, put together a plan. 2nd, support them implementing that plan, making it happen. And 3rd, checking in with them to see how the progress of it is going. So the 2nd thing is just provide your own guidance, advice, and tactics, your own insight. Many of you have backgrounds in HR and other areas that are pertinent to these efforts. So it's not like we want you to just use our toolkit. We were so excited to count on your own insight, on your own know-how, your ideas, and we want you to bring those in. And using within the framework of the toolkit, but ultimately we want you to help businesses succeed in quality jobs using any and all resources you see fit. And 3rd, this is important, specifically for this cohort, we want to know how it's going. So we'll ask you to share progress and feedback with us and our partners, especially because this inaugural cohort of quality job advisors is going to be part of this initiative we have with JPMorgan Chase and the Entrepreneurs of Color Fund, where everyone from this initial cohort is going to be paired with a business that is part of that initiative. How are you going to do it? You're going to have a bunch of tools that we're going to give you to. You'll have the website that I just showed you. You'll have an intranet, specifically just for our advisors in this cohort, where we're going to have training videos, all of this presentation materials, more reading and more resources, case studies, and a schedule of deliverables or just check-ins that we have. We're going to have a Slack channel. I don't know if many of you, I've heard that many of you, like us, use Slack for work. So you have a dedicated workplace with a Good Jobs, Good Business Advisor channel where you can talk to other advisors, share learning, share resources, share challenges. You have us there right away. So instead of writing us an email or calling us, you also have the option of say, hey, what was the website for the demo or anything like that? We're right there. And then our team, we're always here for you. You can always email us, call us, Slack us. So you won't be doing this alone. We wanted to take this opportunity to answer a couple of frequently asked questions that come up when we're talking to quality job advisors. Like, do I need to read the entire whole website and be familiar with all of the toolkit and everything that's covered in it? Absolutely not. We have seen so many success stories of people are working effectively just by engaging deeply. You can use it as a guide and use it as you need it as you go, but you're not expected to know at all. And you are expected and encouraged to bring your own material and your own resources and your own know-how. And what if I cannot answer a question about the toolkit? That's what we're here for. We're trying to make ourselves even more available than ever. You can call us, you can email us, like I was saying, you can Slack us, we're here. So we're going to be here every step of the way. So before we move on to the next section, I'm going to see if any of you sent some questions. Let's see. Sorry. Hidden controls. Q&A. No open questions yet. Okay. Chat. Where is the chat room? Chat. I think maybe the chat will be the easiest way to send questions. So don't forget to send questions. Send questions here. This is a great stopping point. So if you have any questions, please send them to us via the chat. I'm going to stop here for a minute because I just dumped a bunch of information on you. Anyone? And I'll give you a second to find these buttons. I know it can be confusing sometimes. Okay. Just know you can ask any questions. I'll just keep an eye on the, oh, there we go. This is great material. Is the Slack channel already in place? Yes, it is. Very clear so far. Oh, good. Great presentation. Love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The Slack is ready. So we're going to talk about next steps because it's specifically for our official Good Jobs, Good Business advisors. So the next step is just make you all official and get you on the channel so we can start chatting and talking and sharing best experience and becoming best friends. All right. Next in our programming. Okay. Well, I navigated to the beginning, but don't worry, we're going to start over. Okay. So what's next? Let's talk about what is this JPMorgan Chase Entrepreneur of Color Fund specifically. In 2019, we expanded our quality job work to reach more small business owners. Initially, we gave this toolkit to the people in our lending program with great results. We ran a pilot. It was very exciting. And then we said, we joined forces with JPMorgan Chase, and they say, we have this Entrepreneur of Colors Fund. We're working with other CDFIs, other nonprofit lenders, and we'd love for their borrowers to have access to it too. So we're partnered with 3 additional CDFIs, one called Detroit Development Fund, spoiler alert, in Detroit, Excelsior Growth Fund in Brooklyn, and Working Solutions here in San Francisco. So they're sending us a bunch of their portfolio borrowers so that we can do what we did with our own borrowers and pair them with an advisor and give them the toolkit. So the business advisor is a huge component of this plan because like I was saying, they make a difference between how far they go into the small business go into this initiative or not. We are planning on serving 60 small businesses by next year, and 15 are already on board, so we're 25% there. So now we need to get you all on board so we can start doing this matching. There are some specific commitments that are within this framework of this partnership, and don't worry about the lots of text here. You're going to have access to this presentation. But the idea is that it will be like a regular advising engagement, except the topic is good jobs, good business. And then we'll ask that you have one phone call with us and a representative of that CDFI, the Excelsior or the Detroit Development Fund, and the small business. So we all get on the same page and just set the stage, just set us up for success. Then once a month, we expect you to just between you and your small business to check in, see how your plan is going. And then every 3 to 6 months, we're going to just ask you about, hey, how's it going? Nudge you and have a little survey so we get an idea how things are going so far. And then over the entire year, we're going to have just 2 phone calls, just like we did at the beginning with the small business, us, and the other CDFI, just to get some feedback and learnings. At the end of the day, this is all about learning how might we support businesses even more. So we just want to know how it's going. So we're just going to summarize our learnings and share them together. So now you're in, you're excited. I'm totally in. How do we get started? Very simple. You're going to get a follow-up email with it from us saying, hey, did you love the presentation? Are you super excited? Are you ready to start helping small businesses? And you said, absolutely. So we'll just schedule a call with you, similar to the initial onboarding call you had with us. And we'll just share more details, more specifics. We'll equip you with the Slack channel, the intranet, all of these materials. And by the way, the intranet is just a website that is only exclusive for all of us within this initiative. So for everyone that officially signs up will have access to it. Then we'll match you with a small business owner from one of those 3 cities. And then third, you start using all of your tools and helping the small business, and you just get access to all of this and feel great about yourself during the holidays because you're helping communities. That is it. That is how it works. We're very excited to have you here. I am very excited to start answering all of your questions that I know you have. But not, I'm very excited and eager to hear from you on the follow-up email so we can just get the ball rolling. Yeah, so I'm going to open the floor to questions, and here's my contact information. You can email me anytime. And also I wanted to say I have here with me Christy Henrich from our research and consulting team. She is the brain and the hands and everything behind the Good Jobs, Good Business initiative. So any question I may not know the answer for, she will for sure. So thank you, Christy, for being here. I'm sorry.
Natalia.
I never introduced you. I am the worst. I apologize.
You have been, this has been incredible.
Okay.
I think everyone's probably really excited.
Okay.
So let's see if we have any questions coming in.
Great. Perfect. Questions, anyone? And also, don't feel bad if you don't have any questions. That is okay too. No hurt feelings. I'm going to move this to the side so that you can still see the contact information. Give me 1 minute. There we go. I feel ready for the next step. A call with Peter that is scheduled. I love it. Thank you, Phil. And
amazing.
Yes, and as you know, Peter and Danielle are awesome team of relationship managers, are always here to help you. They're going to be a part of this too. They're going to be every step of the way with you through this engagement. Also, this entire presentation is going to be there'll be a recording of it available in the intranet. Looking forward to this great work, says Stacy. Thank you so much, Stacy. We're excited to have you. All right. I had a friend who was a teacher that said you're supposed to wait at least 7 seconds after you ask a question so that people can put their thoughts together, or introverts can feel like they have a chance. So I'm going to wait a little bit more in case you think of all your questions. All right. Okay, well, thank you everyone so much for coming. I can't wait to see you onboarded. Please, if you have any questions about anything at all, let us know. Here's the link to our website. Start using it even beyond this advice and commitment. Share with small businesses you work with friends. Share far and wide. This is not just for the people officially in the program. We want the communities the small businesses serve to benefit for this. So we want it to be out there. Jimmy says, good job, Natalia. Thank you so much, Jimmy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Well, from Team PCV, thank you so much, not just for being here, but for stepping up and for being a part of our community. We literally couldn't do this work without you. So we're tremendously thankful for all of you. We hope you have an amazing holiday season, and we're very excited for 2020 and everything we'll accomplish together. Thank you, everyone. Have a great one and happy advising. Bye.